Hi, it's Kirby Summers. Today is Saturday, September 28th. I thank you, those of you who have become subscribers um, recently. I thank you for joining. And again, a big thank you to those of you who take the time to like the podcast, even if it's a preview about some of the work I've been doing on my platforms, because it does help the algorithm on this platform. So I just want to let those of you who are following my work know that I dropped Jarecki Family Exposed Part 7 today versus the original scheduled date of tomorrow, Sunday. I did that because I share information that I began working on and sort of like divulging in the series on Dr. Henry Jarecki, who, I don't know if all of you know, was the German trained sort of MK Ultra, remember, mind controlled psychiatrist, not only listed in Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book, but the psychiatrist whom he sent victims to, so we can start thinking about the fact that MK Ultra is an actual program within the United States, and we know that it has continued via music, right? And we have been talking a lot about music in light of the fact that Sean Combs, Clive Davis, Justin Bieber, and a litany of other stars. And you know what we're discovering is they're not necessarily there for their talents, vocal talents, and in Hollywood or even acting talents. So as most of you again who follow my work know, I am an slave survivor. I wrote a memoir. It's on Amazon. It's on my website, Billionaire's Woman. And the person that was connected to my nightmare was connected to Hollywood, was connected to Washington, was connected to the high-level politicians, was connected to the music industry. And through that, I have some insights that I share. I was concerned about sharing too much previously when I spoke about a certain things. I'm not going to say a lot right here. However, I began to break it down in part 7. So again, I show with receipts how, let's say, the wife of someone like the father of my abuser got her Grammy, how she got to sing with Jermaine Jackson, who, as you know, is Michael Jackson's eldest brother, how these awards came in and what happened behind the scenes. I think that if you're listening to me closely and you can read between the lines, that's not too dissimilar to what Clive Davis, or then later copied to some extent, but not perfected, because Clive Davis is on another level entirely, by his protege, Sean Combs. Now, my article is not necessarily about Sean Combs. There's a lot of stuff going on in the media and on YouTube that people are, from my perspective, looking at what is being said, there is a lot of what I see is people negating Kim Porter's book. I have her book, and I believe that her book is genuine and that she is portraying her experience and the fact that she feels and felt, by reason of having sort of witnessed that her impending death, she was poisoned, was the result of Combs, allegedly, right? However, my article, it goes more into the history of the people who, let's say, discovered somebody like Sean Combs as it connects to Jimmy Savile. Okay, so I finally reveal for the first time the connection between Jimmy Savile, who we know was a serial R person and P person, to the trajectory of Sean Combs and others like him through the power brokers of Hollywood and the music industry. You know, I write about this as it pertains to a very well-known family in Hollywood who are also untouchable, who pretty much almost nobody is talking about. In fact, I'm going to say it right now. No one is talking about this family that should be talked about, in my opinion, because they appear to be untouchable. There are a lot of untouchables, apparently. And I write about them. All four of these brothers have been involved in one aspect of these multiple stories or another. I was concerned that I had been spilling so much tea that I would be having trouble, which happens occasionally, if I try to publish this tomorrow, which is, Sundays is a good day for me to drop my articles on Substack. But I was somewhat concerned, given that there's a lot of stuff that I include for the first time. So I just did it today. Better better safe than sorry. In any event, I had a sale for my book that I am adding additional information on and sort of revamping, Chasing Chandler, and it's about Rachel Chandler. Many of you are aware of the name. I had a sale, which, it's done with on my Substack. I had a sale on Patreon. And I'm thinking, please leave your comments below. I had a sale, the response was actually quite good on the book. The book is a history of her ancestors. They created Hollywood. I think I tweeted a photo of Rachel Chandler next to one of her ancestors from the 1700s. And guys, they look almost exactly alike. Based on the fact that she was photographed partying with Sean Combs at the age of 14, I decided to go back, revisit that time, and include that portion of it, in addition to some other things that I had left out with the first printing. So in your comments below, I'd like to know if I were to consider providing you the same discount, which was almost 25% of the book Chasing Chandler, and you can go to my website and look at the brief description of it, if that would be something that would be of interest to you. Now, I'm not leaving this open-ended. I'm only asking for your feedback, let's say for the next day or so, because, I do have to start sending it out to the people who have ordered the book. And I don't think I'm going to put it on Amazon for many, many reasons. For now, it's only going to be available on my website. It's got a lot of the scandals of the Chandler family. And, I think many of you do remember those early photographs that we were able to see when she still had her Instagram, which has now been removed. In any event, this is just a summary. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. And, for those of you who do follow me on Substack, the article is there. You can go read it now, part 7, Jarecki, which includes a ton of tea that needed to be dropped. Okay, guys, give this a like. Thank you. Bye.